Gelukt? Ja. Now, beautiful people, today I'm sitting here with Marja, a close friend of mine. She did a very first Pranic Living Retreat in September 2018.
Yes.
I think, yeah. And I love to hear her story about how she came to the retreat, how the retreat was for her, what she experienced, and how it changed her life the year or 2 years after that. So, let's start with the beginning.
Yeah, good idea.
Let's start with the beginning. How was your life before the retreat?
I was already working on consciousness. 20 years before that, I started to clean up everything. So my mind, my body, my everything, my habits, my mindset. And with the food, it was always like a struggle.
Yeah.
I don't like cooking. I like nice food, but it was always a struggle, and I went through hyperglycemia. Blood sugar levels were through the roof, and falling down. So, story of my life, you know, high hills, very deep,
up and down.
Going down, and it's. I just wanted to get a reset, but I didn't know that consciously. And I live in Switzerland in the winter, and in the summer I made big hikes, and I noticed that I didn't need food, although I was really big tracks, you know. And a friend of mine told me, if you have your energy level high, then you are almost the same equivalent with the nature around you, so you're already nourished. And that is what I feel now. I feel nourished on all levels, so not only with food. And that's why synchronicity gave me the hint to follow a retreat. And that changed my life completely. My world view on how everything works and how I see the world is completely different than when I started.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah. That is something I'm very grateful. The gratitude I live is so amazing. Yeah. Every day I live, I'm grateful for that experience. It was hard, and I could.
Really?
You know, sometimes the hardest thing you did during the retreat was telling me, before we went into a breathwork session, that how do you say that? That zwakte, weakness doesn't exist. I could, you know, like, come on, I've been working all my life, and
I know.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
But it made a click. I got rid of all my comfort stuff, my blanket, my everything, and I said, okay, then I go for it.
Let's go.
And that was my turning point, because before that I worked like crazy, and then I fell in a deep hole, and I wanted to get rid of that rhythm. It was very unhealthy. So you triggered me. I listened, and I gave in.
You did the work.
I did the work.
Absolutely.
Tough job.
And we had some challenging times once in a while. But that's part of the process.
Yeah.
Leaving the mind and the dry fast, weakening your body.
Yeah.
You had some challenges there, but after that you stood up and you started coming back, doing the breath exercises, released a lot of opened a lot of doors.
Definitely. I wanted to go all the way, and that I did. I went to the bone, literally.
Yeah. You died and got reborn.
Yeah. Yeah. That was it.
What about a year after that?
Yeah, that was actually the moment I died the second time. During my dry fast was the first, and the second time was exactly the last day of the process, and it was amazing. The synchronicity went haywire. I was taken by the hand, and 3 days within consciousness, without any fear. Without any fear. I had so much trust in my body, and that's just a process of, like you said, to experience a little death.
Yeah.
That is what I had, and after that moment, I knew that the food or eating or not eating wasn't important anymore.
No.
It was just reaching complete freedom without any fears, and that was
your end goal.
Yeah. In freedom without any fear.
Absolutely. Well, what about the let's say the first 8 months after the retreat? So you started juicing, did your period on prana, on water. How was that for you?
First 3 months were terrible. But also in that process, I had a big renovation, big apartment, and a lot of heavy job, also really physical, tough job, physical job. And there I didn't drink too much, and I had a lot of emotional, a lot of emotional stress.
Just a little bit.
No, definitely not. It was terrible.
Yeah.
So at that point, I didn't have a lot of intake. Although that is not my thinking now anymore. But at that moment, I went to the bone. Yeah. So I lost so many kilos. I went to 43.5 kilos, and I didn't like my body anymore. That was my limits. Yeah, that was my limits. Yeah. And out with the juices, and after 3-4 months I stopped with the juices, and I came in a more easygoing flow. And sometimes I took a few nuts or hummus or a little bit of avocado. And in summer I live in my tiny house, so I had 1 fig every day. That was my, how I loved my fig every day.
Of course, yeah.
So that was a kind of roller coaster feeling. I didn't have the peace of mind and peace of quietness in my body to be. I was still looking for a balance.
Beautiful. And you found that at the last day of your transformation.
Everything fell in place.
Nice. And then you wrote a book about it.
Yes. Yeah. My life, living on light and love, and it was my experience, my journey to food freedom, and food in brackets, because after that the food wasn't important anymore, but the freedom was. And that's amazing. And in that book I write my whole process, the ups and downs, and the detox, the challenges, everything. So I reveal myself.
Totally naked. That's me.
Naked.
Totally naked. Yeah.
But without any problems with it.
No. For sure. And it changed your life in another way as well. Of course, where you came from, and the year of transformation, and what you are going to do now, your workshops. Can you explain a little bit what you're going to do with your workshops?
Yeah, it's not really workshops. It's more like a retreat.
Yeah.
And before the year, I was like stressing around, and now I'm like peaceful, and I didn't have an earning model anymore. For years, people ask me, "Where do you earn your money with?"
Yeah,
got no idea.
No clue. It just comes in.
Yeah. When I need something, it's there.
Yeah.
It's there, and maybe I trip over it on the street, or it's hanging on my door.
Yeah.
It's there, so I trust that completely. So that's easy then.
Yeah.
And now, last January, it just came up to me during a breath work, and it was amazing. The Freedom Quest, just the name is amazing.
Yeah.
So your journey to freedom, and it's 4 modules, and those came up. I didn't do anything, and it feels so organic. It just comes to me, and I'm just giving through. And the first one is the quantum thinking. That's a thing of mine. I love that. The quantum field. My name, the new field, Nieuwveld is. I got so many breadcrumbs on my way of life. And the second one is body freedom. The third one is soul piece of soul. You can't translate it in English. And the fourth one is nature connectedness. And in all those 3 modules, you've got everything, all ingredients to reach a freedom.
One way or another.
Yeah. And that is what I'm not a teacher. I'm an inspirator. I inspire people to find their own truth. I found that there is no truth until you get to a certain point where you connect with universal truth. And the nature is living it. It's showing us the truth. And but everybody has his own level of truth. And I inspire people to listen to their own truth and not the truth of somebody else. So I'm looking forward to it. We start in August, and I hope everybody who comes, that they feel so inspired that they give it on. For me, it's like a pebble in the water. The waves it makes, and I hope Freedom Quest will not conquer the world, but like a flow of love and light, it will flow over our world. And I wish everybody the same trust I feel in my heart and you. I wish that.
It will.
Yeah,
for sure.
It is.
And it's all perfect as it is.
Yeah, exactly.
How it's going to flow.
Yeah.
It's all beautiful. Yeah, thank you for your openness and your sharing.
Yeah. Thank you for your being.
You as well.